I'm going to show you how Disney's new victim of commoditization is punk rock, and our dreams of influencing rebellion to the youth has finally come true.
I can show you the world.
But how did we even get to the point where Simple Plan is covering The Lion King? Well, Disney just released a punk album called A Whole New Sound, and it is as cringe as it sounds. Thank you. Thank you. I know, I'm genius. Now, I spent my youth in mosh pits and getting wasted in the woods, so I'm qualified to expose this nonsense. Okay, peeps. One day I was going about my morning as a productive YouTuber, scrolling down the depths of social media until I found an album review video about A Whole New Sound. Now, I knew this was announced a while ago, I just didn't think they were actually gonna go through with it.
Think before you count us out.
So I decided to waste 34 minutes of my busy schedule listening to it. But before I even heard anything, I was confronted with the album art. So now, I'm bringing you down with me. Look at this. Donald's dark idea of sticking it to the man is a backwards hat.
Stick it to the man, Neosis.
Goofy here got stuck in the 90s. Looks like he's going to a rap show. He's not punk rock. Not punk rock. And because it cannot be left out of a punk album, there's the duct tape, which symbolizes freedom of speech. Look how they color their stairs. Like they didn't give a shit. Like it doesn't matter. It's punk. You're not supposed to care.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Goofy's such a goofball.
Who do you work for? DreamWorks?
Hey, no, dude, I'm just a YouTuber.
Answer me, huh?
No, Mickey, I'm so sorry. I'm just saying. Listen, What the fuck? Okay, but as ridiculous as the artwork is, the important part is the music, so let's take a listen. First song, Newfound Glory, Part of Your World. It's from The Little Mermaid. Oh my god, it's like worse than I thought. It just feels so forced, and I think that's the problem. It just feels forced. I'm gonna keep listening. Okay, this is Remember Me by Mayday Parade. Remember me, yeah. Jesus. The original song is from Coco. The music does not match the song. The theme could work with a pop punk style. It's just that particular song specifically doesn't match this style. Next song is by Simple Plan. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Okay, originally by Elton John, and that is from The Lion King, which I've seen when I was a kid, but I don't really remember it. We're sucking up the soul for both pop punk and Disney songs. I can see why Fantano was pissed off about the Disney songs, because this is ruining Disney's own IP. I can see that now. But it's also sucking up the soul of pop punk. So yeah, not great. All right, next song is 121, Magnolia Park. After LOL, my wife corrected me because the name of the song is actually Eye to Eye from the Goofy movie, not 121. Notion. I used to work in a mall when I was in high school, and this sounds like something that would play at that time, and I'm talking about like 2004, 2003. So it feels super dated. Songs in movies and in theater serve a specific purpose, and that is when a character or characters are going through some experience, so much so that there's emotional buildup that happens, and then they have to express it in a way of a song. That's why the lyrics of those songs are less poetic, right? Like, because they are expressing something that is very pointing to the story. It points to the story, it advances the story, it explains something about that character. And that's why those lyrics, if you take them out of that context of it being on a movie or it being on a play, then it just really sounds cheesy, because all the context that went behind it of why the character would sing that specifically, it's gone. And you're just left with this very generic lyrics, or lyrics that are, there's no poetry behind it, because the poetry was in the play or in the movie. The poetry is the whole story, and now we're stripping away from it. And this is a problem. This is a real big problem, because a song like this is just, I can see if I totally switch the melody and if I totally switch the lyrics, the music itself is not my favorite. I don't care. I would never listen to it, but it's not so bad. But that's not the case, though. Like, it just sucks. Now, I don't want to bore you with the rest of my reaction, because honestly, the rest of the album went the same way, with the exception of the Bowling for Soup song, which I thought was decent. And just as I was saying my last remarks on this masterpiece of modern music, something unexpected happened. I like to think that hopefully Disney doesn't ruin the rebellious spirit of counterculture music, because
I own all this shit now.
Mickey, I'm not saying you don't, it's just that
I own the Death Star. I own Tatooine.
listen, I'm sorry, Mickey, I don't want any trouble. Dang, Mickey's such a dick. Alright peeps, I'm fed up now. What started as a silly video, Mickey turned it into something so ugly. And it makes sense, because Disney is testing the waters for a new genre, because their old formula is not working. Like, they have not been successful at manufacturing teen stars since 2009. Look at this video from Patrick CC.
But Disney laid the foundation for all of this. Cast a star for a TV show or a movie, release the soundtrack with a song performed by them, then use other popular shows and movies to cross-promote, drop an album, give them their own TV show or movie depending on which one they started with, rinse and repeat year after year, make millions and billions of dollars. You see how they went step by step from 2001, just gradually getting better and better at it, until in 2009 it was all just working all at the same time, and everybody was peaking and Disney's making billions of dollars. But just as everything was working perfectly in 2009, 2010 was when it came to a screeching halt.
Now, no one owns punk, right? So we can't be mad at Disney for using it to their advantage. As said in the book Punk Rock and Philosophy, referring to punk, we know what it meant to us, but that has no bearing on what it is now, on what it should be, or what it can be. Punks have always been mutants. Why should we be surprised if they continue to mutate? And that's exactly my beef. Like, I have no right to be angry at this, but also Disney is mutating pop punk to a place where it is only convenient for Disney. It doesn't take into account the artist or the audience or any respect for the genre. And Fantano's take is that Disney is ruining their own songs, and pop punk actually does not need defending. But honestly, I don't care about Disney songs. I'd rather defend pop punk, because when I was younger, the Punkorama compilations, the early ones, they got me through being the angst of being a teenager. And Viva la Revolution from the Addicts, it was the soundtrack of our summer getting wasted with my friends in the woods. And my best friends and I, when we were little kids, we used to do like the Devil Lux from the Misfits, and it was a beautiful bonding moment between two little kids. And there are so many good bands out there that are pushing the genre into an interesting direction, but obviously Disney doesn't want those bands, right? I'm talking about Wine Lips, Bad Nerves, or if you want to go more pop punk, even the Beths. But you know what? I think I know how to beat the mouse. I knew deep inside of me that the punk rock spirit was not going to let me down. Punks have always hated Disney. I knew this in my heart, but I just needed the anger to remind me. So from the depths of my punk rock soul, I present to you the Punks Hate Disney playlist. I had totally forgotten how many punk songs there are about hating Disney or reference the negative side of Disney. There's Mickey Mouse is Dead by Subhumans, or Artificial Life by Operation Ivy, or Goofy's Concern by Butthole Surfers, which is a great band and a great album. The Happiest Place by The Vicious, which by the way, that song was written by the singer after getting kicked out from Disneyland. Probably because he was being a punk. But you know what? Forget it. If Disney wants to take pop punk, fine. They can have pop punk. They can have Bowling for Soup and Simple Plan. But I'm drawing the line of punk rock. You can't have that, Disney. No, Mickey. I'm not gonna let you push me around anymore. So what did we learn today? Maybe after all, Disney did not totally steal punk's rebellious spirit. But peeps, stand strong and vigilant. Who knows? Maybe Mickey wants to steal grindcore or death metal next. Today, I only wasted 34 minutes of my life listening to a whole new sound. And while we're on the subject of commodification ruined self-expression, I previously spent over 21 hours listening to Taylor Swift for the very first time. And what started as a rocky relationship ended up as one of the most epic love stories ever told on YouTube. Check it out. Love y'all.